What's up, Flunkie Force? It's Game Flunkie here, and today we're going to be running over Necropolis, an RPG, rogue-style, procedural dungeon for you and your friends to run and play. Now, I say fun, and I mean that loosely in some regards. Like I said, procedural dungeon means that every time you die and you go back in, the dungeon is not the same. The enemies are not the same. The drops are not the same. And when you die, it's permadeath, so you lose everything that you acquired in the previous run. The only thing you can keep is codexes that you can buy with special coins, and we'll delve into that later. So essentially, procedural dungeon means it changes every time. Now, as far as customization, all you can choose is between male or female, and that's about, as you see me do it right then. The only difference between a male and female is like she's slimmer with bigger hips, and the only thing you change as far as color is your dyes that you can acquire from a vendor. There isn't much in the way of the storyline. It's kind of like Dark Souls in a sense, where you have to go and find it yourself and kind of decipher what they're trying to tell you. And I think other than that, there isn't much else far to the storyline. You see writing on the wall that's kind of like engraved in the wall. If you step near it and it glows, it'll tell you a little bit of the backstory of the world or the world surrounding Necropolis. Now, the thing to bear in mind is that enemies do change, but enemies have their own combat style and they vary so much. And to that regard, the weapons do as well. Your weapons can have a fast, swift style, some can have a large area strike style, some can have a giant slam style that affect a lot of enemies that do massive damage. Now, R1 is your light attack, R2 is your heavy attack, L1 is your block, and L2 is your shield smash, and O is your dodge, X is your jump, and square is to access and use your consumables, up on the D-pad switching between consumables, left on the D-pad switches on what you have equipped in your inventory for your shield slot, and right is what you have in for your weapon slot. So if you have another weapon, you can switch it between. If you have another weapon or shield or armor, a piece of weapon into your shield slot, you can press left on D-pad, switch between them. Now, when you start off, when you get to the base level, and at the beginning, starting area is always the same, but when you get down to the base level, you always have to choose between left or right side. Doesn't really matter. He'll commentate, say something like this ain't popular, stuff like that, but I don't know if that really has any effect on it, how difficult the game is going to be at that point. Alright, now you see here that's your inventory slot. Right beneath the symbol of a sword is your current weapon, and beneath that is what you can equip in the other slot. Same with the shield, that's your current shield, and beneath that you can equip a different shield and switch between them. This is your crafting. Now you can craft different consumables that you can use. Don't ever craft rotten unless you absolutely need to. Try to stick with the other ones, the red and the blue one. The blue one and the red one restore not only your health, but your stamina. And your stamina bar, if you look in the lower left-hand corner, is the green bar. Now, as you use heavy attacks, special heavy attacks, which you'll see them be signified when your sword starts to glow like that, if you see it, it eats up a portion of how much health you have. So your capacity goes down the more you use those heavy styles of attacks. Another thing to look at, too, is this is called the inscription, or scriptorium. These are the codexes that you can acquire by collecting those little circle coins with a triangle in the middle. If you look at the right hand side, you see level 1, you'll see the gems, and you'll see the coins. Gems are what you acquire from enemies and boxes. Gems are required for doing special side quests. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see those side quests, and from completing certain achievements through your run through. And you can take those coins, turn around, and buy these codexes that can have special effects as you're playing through. Some codexes can regenerate you, some can increase how much healing you can get from items, and how rotten meat can affect you, little things like that. So if you have a lot of coins, I recommend stocking up and buying these. I think that's it for right now. Okay, and this brings the elevator up to you or down to you depending on where you're at. And as I said before, you can pick gems up off the ground and off of enemies, and boxes and chests. This is one of 2 vendors that I've seen so far. This is the lady. You can buy potions, scrolls, and meats and dyes off of her. I think for this purpose, I'm just going to probably buy meats and potions. Another thing too is the other vendor is a chicken in a box. I don't know what his purpose is or what he serves, but if you go to him, he can sell you schematics to create tier 4 items, which are healing items, like this golden apple. That pretty much restores your whole capacity, your stamina, and all your health. Now, without further ado, let's get into the combat. And this guy has got it knocked on his booty. Now, you'll notice, now if I die, I'm not going to go through it again, because I want to try and make it as short as possible, so I'll upload it so you guys can at least see what it's all about. But if you notice, or you didn't know this, I don't know why I keep saying do you know this, but as I've ran this through 20 times, and each time it has changed in the varying degrees. Maybe skeletons are in the area, maybe the walls are caving in, different things And it's really cool because it keeps you on your toes and you're not getting bored. You can keep running through and having different experiences with you and your friends. And trust me, it does stress playing with your friends. It is smart to have a group of people to run through with this. Now, I just switched up my weapon to that blade, and now my attack style has changed, different choreography. Like I said, weapons do vary and change their fighting styles. Shields not so much. I think shields just change in strength and what they can take damage-wise. This is me attempting to try to jump. There we go. Now, the whole purpose of this, right? All right, here we go. Perfect example. So when you deal, they do vary, and also another thing too is they do vary in how they spawn. Sometimes 1 or 2, sometimes it can be up to 10 or 20, and that can be on level 1 and 2, level 1 or 2 dungeons. Now, in the top right hand corner, I mentioned the gem and the coin, but the level 1 you see is what level of dungeon you're on, not the level of your character. So that as you increase in level, it means you're going lower into the Necropolis, which means you're gonna run into heavier and heavier enemies, or tougher enemies, not heavier. Now, as I said before, enemies do vary and change. Even on level 1, if you see over there on the screen, I just showed you there was a giant in the background. That giant normally doesn't appear till like level 2 or further into level 1. And here he is in the beginning of level 1. Now be careful because he can't really hurt you. He's very slow. Like he said, the enemies do vary and change in style. And there's also different varying degree of enemies as well. There's spiders, there's automatons, golems like these. There's sprites or spirits like those over there that fire beams at you. So it's not just you constantly fighting the same enemies over and over. It does change. It gives you that aspect of you got to stay on your toes and plan for something. Not anything or everything, but something's going to happen. Now you can't, like you saw that symbol pop up that said press to pick up. That means you can pick up the shield and change it to a different shield. So you don't always have to stick with the same stuff like I've said and reiterated before. But keep that in mind. You do need to get to higher tier weapons and armor fast as you can, because it changes how quickly you can fight and do damage. Certain weapons also will have the glow, either green, blue, or red. So far, I've seen they change how your attacks are because they change the element. I think green is like these guys. Green is like spirit, blue is ice, red is fire. Now, as I try to fight these guys off, I'll showcase you guys what they look like. All right, here we go. So if you look here, the energy that it gives off is like spiritual, or it might be electricity, but I think it's just spiritual energy. You see, like a streak comes around it. There you go. Now, right now, I can't do much in the way of my attacks because my capacity of my stamina bar has been so depleted. I can't use my heavy attacks that much, nor can I do my special attacks. But as you see the streak, that's the type of element that it is. There you go. And when I use that attack, it creates a shockwave, and that shockwave has fused with the element of my weapon. Now, here we are. Now, this is actually neat. I've already gotten to level 2, or access to level 2. Now, to get to the level 2 area, you need 200 gems. And luckily for us, I've already... Oh, no, I don't have enough gems. I'm going to have to hurry up and equip them. Or get some... I think that's level 2 area. I can't tell. I have to go look. Alrighty then. Time to whoop that booty. Time to whoop that booty. I'm gonna craft me some items to get my health back up, so I don't get my butt kicked too much. Like I said, don't use raw meat unless you absolutely have to, and you're back to a corner. You see those little scatterbugs too? This ain't level 2 yet. You can tell when you go into a new area because that gate will have a demon's head on it, but his mouth will be wide open. Oh, I think no, I see level 2's up there. Yeah. And here's a cool thing: as you fight different enemies, as you die and come back, their combat style changes too. They might just hit you with one strike, or might hit you with a choreographed attack style, like it's like all spinning and shaking and stuff. Those little spiders are part of my side quest to kill, but also let you know if you see a little spider that's shaking with like the top looks like it's been blown up with a little bit of green showing, it's about to explode. So get away from it or hit it before it blows up. It does a lot of damage. All right. Alright, here we go. Here comes level 2. Like I said before, it's going to ask you for 200 gems. And now, because I've only been so far like level 2, not even level 3 yet, so how much is required of me to pay on the higher levels? I don't know if it stays the same. I'm assuming it goes higher. Alright, vendor lady in here, I don't think. I ain't gonna worry about it. I got no coins anyway. A little side note: to the left, you'll see right there. I got it blocked, but to the left, it's called. You get the Blessing of the Gods, which if it pays 500 gems, it'll give you some. It'll increase your health and defense and things of that nature. So it's worth getting if you have enough gems and you're willing to spare it. And I love the way the world looks too. Actually, you don't see much of the outside world, but it looks like some kind of shattered mystical dimension, which I really love. And up there, it's like the world you come from, I guess. I'm assuming. And this is just some kind of shattered demonic dimension. I like it. It's like where Trigon would live if you were inside Raven's Head. All right. And this, if you have enough gems, like I said, in the beginning levels, there's only one coin. I mean, not gems, one coin. This box will grant you a new weapon or armor. And you can equip different armors. They don't. I don't. So far, the armors that I have equipped just change your look. They don't really do much for combat style. And that weirdo's the guy's been leading you on the whole time. No, he ain't talking today. Normally, when you go up to him, he talks to you and he says something. He says that he's somebody, something. I can't remember what it was. There's a writing on the wall. I told you about the lore and the backstory. And you look at the top of the corner, or top of the map, not top of the corner, top of the map, it'll give you a little backstory. Alright, and keep an eye out for those. Those are hard to see. They're like engraved into the walls. And the only time they ever show is when they glow up, when you're near them. Glow up or glow when you're near them. Now, I could die on, I think I'm going to die on this run. I know it because simple fact of, yeah. My health's already low and I got no meats. Luckily, I can crit some though. And the materials you can acquire to build the craftables, you can get off your enemies, pick up off of chests and stuff of that nature. So that's really cool. And the game will notify you when you are exhausted, like your stamina's too low, or if you're near death, it'll let you know. See, that attack was different than my last weapon because, again, the weapon changed, and with them changing, the choreography changes, which is really cool. I like that. Oh, don't do that. You'll fall down and we'll never see your butt again. Alrighty then. Oh boy. Like I said, it changes on how they spawn and the rate in which they spawn and how many will be spawned together. Oh yeah, so you also have long-range weapons like wands and crossbows. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it, but if you like that, there you go. But wands, I think, are really hard to come by. Or at least in the first level, I don't think you really see them much. But in the second level, I see them more often than I do in the first, so bear that in mind. Oh crap. Alright, these are special enemies that spawn out of crystals that you'll see. And the crystals, one way for them to go away is if you kill all the red guys in the area. And those guys are strong and they hit like a Mack truck, so keep that in mind. Oh yeah, right on the wall, walking past it. I was like, where is he talking for? Oh, right here I'm trying to get him in a circle, or in a line so I can hit them. There, so you go. Materials, and I use that to create some meat. Yeah, there you go. See, he's running after you, and he's got a cracked shell with like energy coming out of it. It's about to blow up. You'll see there's a ring that'll come up momentarily before he comes out. Oh, I like this guy. He's cool. You can actually get his gear as well. I saw the commercial for the game. It's really neat. What is that? Oh yeah, it's the little bomb dudes. God, there's more of these guys? Can't tell where they're spawning from. And boom, got you again. Alright, there you go. Some more writing on the wall. And we're gonna kick some more booty. Now if I die, I'm not gonna go through it again, guys. I'll just, because you get the gist idea of pretty much what happens as you die. Pretty much it changes over. And then there's more of the big guys. Oh crap! I got this. I'm not getting my booty hit. Oh crap! That guy gonna hurt though. Oh god! No! Down boy. Down boy. Oh man, this guy couldn't mess me up if I don't do something. Come on, bring it. Damn. Alright guys, real quick, when you die, you'll have accumulation of what you accomplished, and if you accomplish enough stuff and unlock enough things, you can get coins. Now, those coins again you earn. Now if you see right here, it's telling everything, and then it'll say, okay, you got 1 coin, and add it to your total. Now, something else I want to talk about really, is that it shows you everything that you acquired, the codexes and the dies, and those are what dies that you can acquire at the end of each run. You get the coins that you acquire, I mean, and you take those coins, you can go back to the vendors that sell these particular items, and you can keep the items after you die. That's going to be all for today, guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. And you know what we're all about. We're the Flunky Force, or the Game Flunkies. You know what? We're all about that fun gaming, the informative gaming. So let your friends know what I'm all about. And if you got suggestions, tell your friends, tell your family, say, hey, this guy will try out this game if you let him know. If I'm able to acquire it on PC, then I will play the hell out of it and give you my thoughts on it. Now, for right now, we don't have really many subscribers, but if we get 500 subscribers, I'll open up a Twitter account and an Instagram account so we can all talk, share our pictures of our favorite games, things of that nature. And if we get 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to release, or giveaway, I don't know why I said release, a $100 Amazon gift card. And we'll do a raffle or something like that, and so on and so forth as I acquire more subscribers. So I'll see you next time, guys. Stay cheesy.